Hey everyone, this is Ryan with Beyond Outdoors, formerly known as Bourbon Outdoors. Had to do a little name change. I'm going to start expanding on some different things so the word beyond better suits the future endeavors. So anyway, what's important is this video is made for Linda Marie in the Pine Island Fishing Report Facebook page. She commented on a video I posted the other day and mentioned that her line was breaking. Well, she's using a steel leader, and I'm going to show her and you guys out there what we typically use here in Pine Island. At least this is what I use. So what you're going to end up with is your fishing rod, obviously your reel. Now I use a braided line, right, that it comes from the reel. And what Linda was having a problem with was her leaders breaking. Why? I'm not so sure. Generally steel leaders and hooks don't break. I'm not sure to the extent of what was happening, but I might question the knot tying. So anyway, what I'm going to show you today in this video is how to tie this knot uni to uni. Check it out. It's line to leader, okay? Instead of buying swivels and tying the line and the leader to swivels, you tie line to line. Why is that good? I'll tell you why. The tip of your rod here, a lot of people you'll see, and I'm sure some of you do it, I've done it. You reel up your line comes up, and then all of a sudden your swivel goes wham, and it'll either go through the eye or possibly pop the eye out of your fishing rod. When that happens, you're screwed. So you don't want to do that. And anyway, leader, instead of using a steel leader, generally steel leaders I reserve for shark fishing, fish with big teeth, so they don't cut through the monofilament, right? This is a fluorocarbon, which would probably be really hard to see here, but I'll show you. This is a fluorocarbon leader, okay? It's pretty clear underwater, especially with the way today's water is. It's very clear. We haven't had a lot of rain, so the water is nice and clear. And then you go to, well, first of all, why it's important is the fish that you're fishing for can see your leader, right? So you want to do the clear leader, lighter pound test, okay, in the clearer water. And your hook, this is a circle hook. This is generally what we use out here in Pine Island and surrounding areas, Florida. The advantage to this hook is it's offset. So generally when the fish eats it, it'll get caught in the corner of their mouth, in the lip region, so it's easier to take out. So the fish doesn't end up swallowing the hook, right? So that's that. Now, one other thing that I always see people do when they come on my boat, and it absolutely drives me crazy, is when you hook your hook back onto your fishing pole, a lot of people will put it inside the eye, right? Well, that's not good, and I'll tell you why. So your hook is sharp, for one, and it also has a barb on it. Well, what happens is that barb hits the ceramic in here in the eye. If it's ceramic, whatever yours are made out of, I don't know, but it'll scratch it. So what do you think's happening when your line's going around here, when you reel and when you cast? Well, whatever scratched inside your eye is going to scratch and deteriorate the strength of your line, right? So take your hook and hook it through the guide like that, right? Or on some rods like this one, you will have a place down here where you can put your hook, okay? Generally that's what I do, is just slide it right in like that, tighten it up, stow it away, you're good to go. All right, so real quick, let's talk about some leaders. All right, Linda Marie, check it out. Leader line, water super clear, right? This crap is kind of expensive, but it is what it is. So this is different. They make a whole bunch of different brands. This is just whatever I found I bought. So this is 20-pound test. 20 pounds, the strength of it is not that great. So chances are after 1 or 2, 3 fish maybe, you're gonna have to cut your line down by your hook, because you'll see it'll start to get chafed, and then retie your hook, right? So you don't lose your hook on a fish and lose the fish. So that's 20 pound. Clear water when I'm fishing for snappers, I'm running about a 10-foot leader, okay? Tied to a hook or tied to a jig, and I'm tipping it with shrimp or whatever I have, okay? 20 pounds. Going for a little bit stronger fish, a little bit dirtier water, I run up to a 30 pound. When I'm throwing lures and trying to catch big snook, I'm running a 40-pound fluorocarbon All right. I need a little bit stronger because the snook thrash around a lot, and they can cut your line off and chafe it up pretty good pretty quickly. Then of course, when we're trolling grouper or stuff like that offshore, I run up to an 80 pound. Okay, so that's your little difference in leaders. Any questions, whatever, let me know. So now I'm going to show you how to tie this line to line knot. Okay, it's going to be an over the shoulder look, and I'm going to do it in front of you. So here it comes. All right, so this is acting as the fishing line coming off of the rod. Okay, I just have it attached to the fishing rod, real basic, and this one is going to act as the leader. Unfortunately, I do not have two different colored strings, so this is what we're going to do. So anyway, there's a bunch of knots out there that you can tie. I like what is simple and efficient and quick, and this to me are all those three things. So what you will do is you will have your line coming off of your reel, right, coming out the tip, and then you'll have your leader. Remember I said I do, I don't know, 10 feet. If I'm throwing lures, I'm probably only doing 5 to 6 feet. I don't need to have all 10 feet. But so let's say that this one is your leader. So all you do is you take your line piece and you take your leader and you run them together. You parallel them, okay? So now it doesn't matter which one you start with, the tag end of the line or a tag end of the leader, it doesn't matter. For this case, I'm going to start, because this is how I do it, I'm going to start with the tag end of the leader. So what you do is you make a loop, just like that. Okay? So you got your other tag end still hanging here. It can just hang, coming off of your line. Your tag end from your leader, you're going to go through the loop and around both lines. Okay? Once, twice. I'm going to do it 2 times just for this purpose, and you're going to pull it tight, and it's going to look something like that. Okay, on the other side, you take this tag end from the fishing line, remember this is the leader hanging down, and you make a loop. Okay, and you go around, go through them both, through the hole once, back around through the hole twice. When I do this with fishing line, with the leader side, I'll probably do 4 times or so. With the line side, because it's a little bit smaller, I'll go 6, 7 times maybe, just all depends. And then you pull it tight. So now it's going to look like this. It's going to look funny. You pull your line side, both tag ends are hanging. You pull your leader side, watch them come together. You pull it tight, and that forms your knot. And then all you do is you take your scissors or a knife and you trim here, you trim your tag ends close to your knot, and now you have your knot. And that's it. Okay? So let's do how I tie a hook on, right? Okay. Now that we've got the line to line tied, we are going to act like this carabiner is the hook circle. So you just have to imagine that the shank and the hook is something like that. So all you do is you take your line, you go through the eye of the hook. Okay? There's many different knots you can tie. I primarily use this because it works and it's easy. So all I do is I go around, and all you're doing is twisting. 1, 2, 3. You go as many times as you want to. I probably do it 6 or 7 times. Then you take your tag end and you go through the hole, okay, through the hole, and now you'll have another loop, the big loop. You take the tag and you go through it, and now all you do, this is a little bit different because it's not fishing line, but you pull it tight and it's going to look something like that. This is a little bit exaggerated because it's such a big piece of paracord. And then you just trim it, and then that's what you'll have. So I hope this helps. Linda, hopefully you catch more fish. Send a message, let me know. And if anybody else out there has any stuff they want to see or learn about in this area, send me a message. If you like this video, please subscribe to the YouTube. That'd be pretty cool if you did. All right. Thanks, guys. See ya.